When one Freemason greets another and he's not sure if he's really a Freemason, he'll ask him if he's a traveler, or if he's traveling, or if he is a fellow traveler. All, I might add, were the same code of identification used by the Communist Party in this country, because communism and the mysteries are the same entity as are socialism and the mysteries.
I think it's going to be their last stand.
Who's your political hero?
This is not an ass-kicking or ass-kissing contest. But I have to say, because I've lived it and watched it and know the facts, Donald Trump's my political hero because he's delivered common sense nationalism, prosperity, stood up against the deep state, and has been so attacked that I'm a fellow traveler, to use a communist term. I have experienced the hate he's experienced, but at a lesser level.
Yeah, I've always thought that was fascinating. Like when you read someone's stories, and you read something like that guy, Behold the Pale Horse guy, William Cooper. Is that what his name was? Bill Cooper. What was that guy's deal? Because he was one of those guys. Let me just say before you even tell me.
Yeah.
He was one of those guys that I would read his stuff and I'd go, well, that makes sense. That makes sense. Oh, he's fucking crazy.
Exactly.
It was like that was the was the progression, and so it made me think. Well, what if this guy is like working for them, like making everything else look retarded by coming up with this one idea that he tosses in about bases on the moon where they're processing fucking compound race tires for the Corvette team. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like he would say something like that, and you'd be like, "The fuck is this guy talking about?" You know.
A Three Rivers couple is in jail tonight, accused of false imprisonment and sexual battery. The victim, a 19-year-old woman whose name is not being released, called Tulare Sheriff's deputies to report she had been sexually assaulted.
Who you been listening to?
I got this from Alex Jones.
I knew it. Why do you listen to that scumbag?
I didn't know he was a scumbag.
Oh, you didn't?
No. I don't know. This is what I'm hearing from him. I'm expecting he's telling me the truth.
Oh, really? Last New Year's Eve, he had people running for the hills, jumping in their cars, packing up their kids, running to hide in caves because the Soviet Union had launched atomic nuclear warhead intercontinental ballistic missiles at us.
I didn't know about that.
You're listening to a fool who will steer you right down the wrong road in a split second. He is a sensationalist. He is a liar. He is a rumor monger. And in my estimation, he's no different than Art Bell.
And this is
he just doesn't talk about aliens.
No kidding. This is not happening. You haven't had any reports on it?
No. And if it was happening, I would.
I mean, oh my God. I mean, I really thought this was happening.
No.
Oh man, God bless you. No, God bless you. God bless is all I got to say. I mean, what am I listening to, the devil?
I have no idea. You have to ask him. I've taken him to task for it many times, and he doesn't listen. I don't believe that he has a sincere bone in his body. I think he's working for the other side, is what I think.
The thing is, he sounds like he knows he's working for us. But he comes up.
I've told you a million times.
Who's kidding who?
Listen to me. I told you a million times, I don't give a damn who you listen to. Don't believe anything that anybody says, not even me, unless you can prove it. You understand?
I understand.
Well, then why are you not doing it?
I'm going to be doing it.
Well, good.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm taking a trip, and I heard they're doing it down in South Carolina, the military roadblocks and all this crap. Also, in Connecticut, and where was it? Iowa, and Texas. He mentioned a few states this is going on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I don't even want to hear it.
I mean, from what I hear, the way
why are you still talking about this?
Well, I don't know. Because he's very convincing. And I believe he was telling me.
No, he's not very convincing. You, sir, are very dumb. Good night. There's no might about it. It's the truth. You people listen. I mean, anybody can come along and convince you of anything. Anything. Maybe I'll play those tapes from New Year's Eve so you can all get another good listen to the truth about Alex Jones. Good God, don't you know that's how they brainwash you and how they lead you astray and convince some people to do things that they shouldn't be doing? It's just to feed you lies day after day after day after day until you wouldn't know the truth if it hit you right smack in the face. I don't understand that. I've told you for years and years and years. I don't even remember how long I've been on the radio, at least 10 years. Before that, when I was lecturing and traveling around the country, I've always told everybody, here's what I know. Here's the documentation. Here's what I can prove. Here's where you can go and find the same thing. But don't believe me just because I'm telling you that. Just because I'm telling you I have documentation doesn't mean I do. But I've told you what it is. I've told you where to go find it, so go find it. And don't believe me, don't believe anything until you have proven it to yourself. And that goes double for Alex Jones and everybody else. Good evening, you're on the air.
On the phone. Good evening, you're on the air.
Hello, Mr. Cooper.
Yes, sir.
I'm calling from Australia.
Oh, well, good. Hi.
Yeah, and I've been listening to the Patriot networks over the internet for probably about 3 or 4 years.
Uh-huh.
And often they say things which, like here in Australia, like living here, we know better than you guys over there.
Oh, they say a lot of things about Australia that are not true, don't they?
Yeah, like U.S. military kicking indoors to search for guns over here.
I know, I remember that when I exposed it as bullshit on this broadcast.
Yeah, couldn't be further from the truth at all.
Yeah, I know.
And like you can still obtain a lot of the weapons over here if you live out on property.
Sure.
And like,
yeah, there's a thriving underground in weapons too.
Yeah, you better believe it. But I hear a lot of these, a lot of these people which they get on as experts on these networks, and it sounds like they just step down in front of the internet and printed up documents and things, and then they sell them.
That's what they do.
And that's their research.
They don't do any research.
Instead of actually going to a library.
They don't do any research. Alex Jones is a broadcaster. He does not do research. Most of them don't do any research. I'd say 99% of them don't do any research. I do research.
Like I've watched Alex Jones' video.
Uh-huh.
I think it's quite a good video.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff that's in it.
Uh-huh. But is it all true?
Well, there's one part where he's interviewing a police chief,
Uh-huh.
and the police chief says a bullet nearly went through a window and nearly went into a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on in the same video, Alex is saying that the video went into the restaurant, which is very interesting.
Yeah.
Because that's a very obvious sort of mistake to make,
Uh-huh.
which helps discredit the whole thing.
Yeah.
And like asking questions to put words in people's mouths and things like that.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate because I think Alex is genuine with where he's coming from.
Well, I would certainly hope so. He's got an excellent radio persona. He's obviously a smart young man. He is a young man. And if he'd just get on the research trail and not allow anything to go out over his radio broadcast that wasn't true, and that, that was a rumor, and wouldn't allow callers to call in and spread rumor and then pick up on it himself and do things like he did New Year's Eve, he would be probably one of the best Patriot broadcasters that there ever was. But you think he's going to do that? No.
I doubt it.
Because you know why? He cares more about how many people are listening than he does about what he's saying over that microphone.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
The unfortunate thing, I think, is that if the Patriot community really did document everything, they'd be formidable.
Absolutely. That's what I've tried to do over the years. And I've done it. I have done it. And I'm the only one so far who has ever done it.
Yeah, well, I'm listening to you on the internet today, and it's very lucky out in this country to get your show on the internet because the shortwave signal doesn't reach you.
It took a long time.
Yeah, and I've been listening to you probably for about 3 years now, just through people putting it up on the internet, and used to be able to get it over the shortwave a little bit.
Well, we used to be on satellite. We used to be on some of the most powerful shortwave stations in the world, but for various reasons, mainly because I do document and prove what I say. We were forced to leave every one of them. There are people who listened to what Alex Jones did on Christmas Eve and think it was one of the greatest broadcasts they ever heard. They just loved it. Even though everything he said was total crap. They love it. Nothing happened. There was no Y2K. Nothing happened on Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve. Nothing happened on New Year's Day. Nothing's happened yet. And by happened, I mean nothing that has caused anyone any inconvenience, nothing that has caused society to come to a standstill, nothing that has uprooted any communities or caused anybody any hardships whatsoever, period, end of subject. But if you can get the tapes of that day's broadcast on Genesis Radio Communications Network, what you heard was lie after lie after lie after lie after lie, whipping people up into a mad hysteria, telling them the Russians were going to nuke them, and then announcing that atomic warheads on rockets had been launched. And nuclear power plants were being shut down because of Y2K, and just on and on and on and on and on. And then the following day, Alex Jones claimed that 12 atomic power plants in this country had been shut down and 2 in Japan. No power plants of any kind were shut down in Japan. There were a couple that were shut down here in the United States. Where's the rest of them, folks? Why do you put up with this crap? Are you so absolutely brain-dead stupid? Are you so in need of entertainment that this is the kind of thing that you look to fulfill your lives? Are you a bunch of little retarded children? Are you? I got to tell you, the last 3 weeks has really caused me to sit down and question why in the world would I want to take all the risks that I've taken and lose my family for a bunch of stupid jerks that can't even think better than my dog thinks. It's like somebody stuck a needle through you and just mushed up your brains, just, like an egg beater. Put a needle in your ear, bent it a little bit, and attached it to an electric drill, and just went. The hell is the matter with you guys? Some guy called me on the phone the other day. Called me on the phone the other day. Wanted to know what I thought about this book that David Icke has written called The Greatest Secret, or The World's Biggest Secret, something like that. I don't remember the exact name. I've got it in there. Several people sent me a copy. In fact, I've got 3 or 4 copies. I said, "Are you kidding?" He said, "No." He said, "I read the book and it scared me." I said, "Why did it scare you?" Well, there's people that aren't human. Oh, really? How many of you out there read that book and actually really believe that Queen Elizabeth goes down in the subterranean cavern under her palace there and practices occult rituals where she actually turns into a big lizard? Because I'm going to tell you right now, if you believe that, you need to be locked up. You need to be locked up. David Icke is a liar. He's a liar. This is the biggest bullshit book that's ever been written. I can show you whole passages in that book that are verbatim, word for word, plagiarism from the books and writings and speeches and talks and radio broadcasts and videotapes of many other people, including me. He just collects tons of stuff from everywhere. He doesn't even care if it fits together or not, and he just plagiarizes it all and writes this big thing, and everybody all over the world buys this stupid book that claims that our freedoms are being taken away by lizard alien dudes that occupy human bodies, and in their ceremonies and occult rituals, they actually change back into these lizard men from the planet Pupa or whatever. You guys are brain dead. Brain dead stupid. Your fodder for the art bells of the world. To keep you running around chasing your tail, looking for Mothmen hanging upside down from trees in the middle of the night. And by engaging in those kinds of things, the real people who are taking our freedoms away are in no danger from you. Oh, no. No danger at all. People are so stupid. Somebody sent me a tape of one of Alex Jones's broadcasts after I revealed what he had done on New Year's Eve. And a real stupid jerk called in. I mean, this guy was so dumb. He called in and said, Alex, I'm amazed. There's lots of things that you could take out of context that I said. I mean, you really could. There's lots of things that you could take out of context that I actually said and quote me accurately and try to make me look like an idiot. But to just make something up out of the thin air like that is just absolutely so ridiculously stupid means that the person who did it was stupid because he really believed I said it. See, he didn't make it up. He really thinks that I said it because he can't read. He can't hear. And I've been experiencing this problem for many years. I can say something on the air, and 3 months later, somebody will call and be talking to me, and they'll quote what I said is not what I said at all. Period.